One Sutton Place, a short story by Michael Rose, Part 2. Well, right now, I envision a revolution. That's going to take a lot of manpower and likely too many hours playing chess in swanky cafes with people who think they're smarter than me. The hard part is locating everyone. They're all here in New York, right now. A good number, even on site here at One Sutton Place. Did I mention I like One Sutton Place? Well, I do. It fits me. Or, perhaps more accurately, I might say that I fit it perfectly. It is my home base, and I want to keep it that way. How are you feeling, Mr. Pursewarden? Nurse Matilda is hovering over me now. She has freckles, which I imagine fascinates some people. Honestly, I could care less. Oh, I'm fine, nurse. I fold my hands over my chest. I must be the picture of peace and tranquility. I know they're drugging me. I've got an IV line going directly into my neck. No, it doesn't hurt, but it's aggravating, like a pebble in your shoe. Pretty soon I'll lose consciousness, and then wake up with one eye, probably looking like a buccaneer. And if that's not enough aggravation, understand this. This is the first of many operations. That is, if Lomax continues to have his way. The next one is scheduled for Tuesday. Lomax tells me my eye socket will need 5 days to heal before he can go sticking a goose egg into it. Don't go getting the wrong idea. He's not being considerate. Lomax is one selfish bastard, a psycho killer. A guy doesn't get where he is by being a considerate saint. He does what's best for him. I'm not much more to him than a very expensive Swiss cuckoo clock, one of his many prized possessions. I sometimes wonder why they don't just turn me off for the operation. But again, I know that nothing is arbitrary. They're doing it like this for a reason. You might wonder how they could just turn me off. It's the belly button that's key. You're probably familiar with all that anatomical stuff about babies and umbilical cords. At the risk of insulting your intelligence, the umbilical cord is cut soon after a baby is born, clamped so that the kid doesn't bleed out, and then it dries up and falls off, leaving behind the belly button, which, later in life, at least for women, is for some reason called the navel. Maybe because it sounds sexier than belly button. For normal flesh and blood humans, the belly button comes in two styles, innies and outies, based on which way the button is pointing. Now let's be honest here. The normal style is the innie. You can stick your finger in there. Sure, the cotton fibers from your t-shirt probably collect in there from time to time, but that's normal. It's fuzz. Now an outie, on the other hand, is pretty weird looking. It sticks out from the belly. You could even get it caught in the doorway or get it snagged on a briar bush. It just doesn't seem right. Well, we Lobots never had an umbilical cord. We were never fed by a placenta, nursed by a mother, or delivered by a doctor. I like to call us the husk people. Our navels are smooth. You see, we incubated a mold that's wrapped in a kind of giant corn husk. No navel, no belly button, just a simple on-off switch that reset from far enough away resembles an outie. In fact, the belly button is really the only outward way you can tell a Lobot from a flesh and blood human without hacking into him. For me, there are other indications, certain movements, ways of speaking, the involuntary twitches, but the only sure way of knowing right off the bat is by navel gazing. Nurse Matilda is preparing instruments for the doctor, who is due to arrive now in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Yes, I have an internal time clock. I am never late for appointments. I am fading fast now. I cannot tell if Nurse Matilda is looking toward me or away from me. Am I looking at the back of her head or the freckles on her face? Nurse? Matilda swivels, comes closer. May I see your belly button? But Matilda fades into an orange banana that melts in the hot sunshine. Hot, hot, hot. If you would like to continue to follow the adventures of Peter Pursewarden, stay tuned for episode 3 of One Sutton Place.